One of these men is the captain of a whaling ship. What is your name, please?
My name is Captain G.A. Hunter.
My name is Captain G.A. Hunter.
My name is Captain G.A. Hunter.
Only one of these men is the real Captain Hunter. The other two are imposters and will try to fool this panel. Tom Poston, Faye Emerson, Gig Young, and Polly Bergen on To Tell the Truth with your host, Bud Collier.
Tell the Truth. Brought to you this week by Helene Curtis, makers of fine beauty products, creators of Endon Dandruff Treatment Shampoo, and Helene Curtis Spray Net, regular and super soft. Gig Young on our panel tonight, as most of you I'm sure already know, is the star of Under the Yum Yum Tree, a big hit on Broadway. And Gig, it's a great pleasure that we welcome you to our show tonight.
Thank you, Bud.
I hope you enjoyed as much as we enjoy having you here.
Thank you.
Now, panel, will you please open your envelopes for the first time tonight, take out your affidavit cards, and follow along with this first one as I read it. I, Captain G.A. Hunter, own and operate 2 of the 5 whaling ships still sailing under the United States flag. From mid-April to mid-October, we hunt whales off the coast of California. The whales we harpoon average 60 feet in length and weigh more than 50 tons. Each of our boats takes about 100 whales in a season. Signed, Captain G.A. Hunter. Well, to start things off tonight, you've just heard 3 gentlemen all claiming to be G.A. Hunter, captain of a whaling ship. And we'll begin this first round of questioning with Tom Poston. Tom?
Thank you, Bud. Either none look like they have an outdoor complexion, or they all do. I can't tell. Let's see. Number 1, what does flensing mean?
Flensing is taking the blubber off of a whale.
You see, that's one question I know about whaling. Unfortunately, it's the only one you... Well, I asked you once before. Now they know, so they tell them right away.
Does this mean that you're a flens?
A blubber taker? Number 2, what is the cry for sighting a whale?
There she blows.
And number 3, what is the term you use for hitting a whale with a harpoon? What's that called?
Striking it.
And number 3, you're so smart. Tell me, what powder load do you use in the harpoon gun?
Oh, about 200 milligrams in the head, the explosive head.
No, you're talking...
Faye?
Well, you used my question. Thanks, Tom.
I have some more.
Where do you get these
Pass them
questions?
over.
When you're flensing, number 1, what kind of instrument do you use in flensing?
It's a knife. Oh, a handle with about a 4-foot handle on it and about a 15-inch blade.
Number 2, how long does it take you to strip the blubber off a whale after you land them?
Oh, about 2 hours.
Number 3, what is done with the blubber until you render it?
Until you render it? There's not much delay, I guess, between stripping it and rendering it.
You do it right there on the boat?
Not on the boat, no.
Oh. Number 1, how much oil would, let us say, an average whale of, say, 60 feet in length give you?
Oh, about 60 tons.
About 60 tons.
Gig Young, please.
That's a lot of oil. Number 3, what is your home port?
Richmond, California. Richmond, California.
Richmond, California. Number 1, what is your home port?
Richmond.
Well, I guess 2 would go with that, too, wouldn't he? 2?
I wouldn't bet.
Richmond.
Richmond. When you're whaling, number 1, when you're whaling, how many weeks do you stay out before you hit port?
Oh, sometimes it's only a few days.
A few days. Number 3.
Catch a whale, bring it in.
Oh, you bring them in individually.
Polly.
Number 2, what are knees?
Well, I think you'd find them as braces in a ship.
Number 3, the doohickey that squirts up in the air. What is... All right, smart Alec, what do you call it?
It's called a... It's called a whale's doohickey.
All right. Why does it do that, whoever I ask, which I've forgotten now?
It's air. That's just the whale expelling the air after it
Doesn't a
dies.
whale have a mouth, sir?
A mouth, sure.
Well, don't they, why wouldn't the air come out of that?
No, this is equivalent to the nostril, where he spouts the air.
Well, that's it. Let's spout the... We learned a lot of things in this thing tonight.
Oh, you mean, no, really,
Time is
that's
up.
like a nose?
The time
you
is
mean?
up.
Oh, it's a nose.
We have to mark our ballots, if you don't mind.
They never exhale through their mouth.
No, never exhale through their mouth. So will you kindly mark your ballots now without consultation and vote for number 1, number 2, or number 3?
It's too late to ask any kind of a question.
I'm afraid so, yes, sir. Nice to learn so many things on this show. I never knew, I always thought flensing was something you did like this.
Yeah.
With a slaver, you mean?
I would imagine it would be a lot of fun. Are you ready, Tom?
Oh, no.
No, I'm not really. I'll just guess.
All right, for whom did you guess?
I guessed for number 1. He said a very unusually inaccurate answer in response to Faye's question about how much oil you'd get out of a 60-foot whale. But I'll still vote for number 1 because I think it's number 1.
Faye Emerson, your vote, please.
Well, I'm going to vote for number 2 because number 1 said that out of an average 60-foot whale, which weighs an average of 50 tons, you get 60 tons of oil.
That's what number 1
So
said.
that's what he said.
Did he say 60 tons?
And
Yeah.
number 3 said that they brought the whales in to render them, and I understood that in modern whaling you rendered them on board the whale ship. So I'm going to vote for number 2. Well, I'm wrong.
All right, Gig, for whom did you cast your vote?
I voted for number 2, and I'm very sorry. I somehow had the impression he might be the real Captain Hunter, and now I can't say why. But I've sensed... Well, we'll let it go.
All right, Polly, your vote.
Well, I voted for number 2. Number 3 was awfully smart, which always scares me on this show. And I was a little worried about the 60 tons, too, unless blubber weighs less when it's solid than it does when it's liquid. Is that possible?
Well, let's find out.
A ton of blubber would be a ton of oil, wouldn't it?
I would imagine.
All right, we've got our votes in and our minds all made up, and I hope you have, too, if you're playing along as our minds are reasonably made up. And we'll find out how well in just a moment as we discover which one of these gentlemen is the real whaler, captain of a whaling ship. So will the real Captain G.A. Hunter please stand up? Thank you, sir, very much. Well, the panel started off real smart tonight. And number 1, let's find out about you. What do you really do, and what is your real name?
My name is Vernon Krause, and I'm a lithograph artist for Consolidated Lithographs on Long Island.
No blubber in that business.
No.
Number 3, your real name and what you do, please, sir.
Well, my name is Peter Krug, and I'm a personnel consultant with the Campbell Employment Agency here in New York.
Thank you. Check our score, and as I remarked before, the panel started off with a good deal of smartness tonight. They have 3 right. That leaves only 1 wrong at $250 from Helene Curtis, but of course a gift box of fine beauty products from Helene Curtis for your ladies. Thank you, gentlemen, very much. Hope you had fun. It was a great pleasure having you here. Good night. Good luck to you. Vive la différence. That's French for hooray for 2 different types of spray net.
All girls, even sisters, are beautifully different, and they continue to prefer Helene Curtis Spraynet for their own different reasons. Spraynet comes in 2 distinctly different types of control, firm and soft, regular and super soft. Whichever you choose, the very name Helene Curtis Spraynet inspires confidence. Take regular Spraynet. Nothing equals its special way of holding firmly. Millions of women have been using it exclusively for years. Or choose super soft Spraynet, the tried and true way to hold curls softly. Never mind a separate styling spray. Recomb anytime. Super Soft lets you restyle without respray. The Sister Sprays Helene Curtis Spray Net, regular or Super Soft. And look, free. New Tender Touch Dry Skin Bath Oil with every $1.35 size of Helene Curtis Spray Net.
All right, panel, let's meet our next team of challengers.
What is your name, please?
My name is Yvonne Parsonette.
My name is Yvonne Parsonette.
My name is Yvonne Parsonette.
Follow along again, panel, with your copies of this affidavit, if you will. I, Yvonne Parsonette, am a judo instructor. I started judo lessons 10 years ago to reduce, and I managed to lose 40 pounds. I became so interested that I went to Japan and studied at the famous Kodokan Judo Institute in Tokyo. In judo circles, I rank as a second-degree master, and I am entitled to wear the coveted black belt. Signed, Yvonne Parsonette. Very well, panel, you heard these three ladies all claim to be Yvonne Parsonette, judo instructor, and we'll begin this round with Polly Bergen. Polly?
Thank you, Bud. Number one, what is karate?
Karate is using the hands and feet as a lethal weapon.
And number two, how does that differ from judo?
Well, it means that the feet and the arms are trained just for this purpose of, well, judo, you have to just hit these points of the anatomy which are the most susceptible.
I see. Number three, are there many other women who hold a master's degree, either first or second, in judo?
Yes, women usually have, they go up to third dan. Most women go to third dan if they're, you know, have any dan.
Tom?
Oh, thank you. What are the degrees, number three, I'll ask you, what are the degrees of the black belt? How many black belts are there?
When you get to the black belt, you are at first dan. You wear the black belt up into the 5th dan, then you wear a red and white striped belt, which covers up to the 9th dan, and the 10th dan, you're privileged to wear the red belt.
Thank you. Number two, maybe you can tell me what a bund is in the Orient.
No, I'm sorry, I don't know.
Number one, do you know what a bund is in the Orient?
No, I don't know.
Maybe you could tell me, number one, where the largest department store in Tokyo is located.
It's on the Ginza.
Number three, what does Ginza mean?
Ginza where all the stores are. It's like main 5th Avenue would be in New York.
Faye?
What is the actual principle of judo, number one?
It's the art of using your opponent's strength against him.
Is it necessary to be strong to learn judo, number two?
No, strength is not important.
Number three, do you actually ever hurt anybody when you're practicing judo?
You're not supposed to. Judo is supposed to be the gentler of the arts. You're not supposed to, but you can get hurt.
Number one, is it true that most police women are taught judo?
I don't know.
Number two, do you know?
Yes, they are taught judo.
Yep.
Gig.
Number three, is Jimmy Cagney somewhat of an expert in judo?
Yes, he is. He's privileged to wear the black belt. I don't know what dan he is. I think he might be a second dan. I'm not sure of what dan, but I know he's privileged to wear the black belt.
I never knew that. I'll stay away from him. Number one, how long did you... No, I'm sorry, it's in the affidavit, isn't it? 10 years. How long were you in Japan, number one?
Nearly 2 years.
2 years?
That's it. Once again, we've come to that moment of finding out who's who, and so before we do that, let's mark our ballots. If you will, please, panel. Without consultation, will you vote for number one, number two, or number three?
Hump.
Only hump?
Hump and hurry.
Please mark your ballot as soon as you can. All right, Tom, for whom this time?
Well, I voted for number three this time. And to be honest with you, I think because of the extent of the study which she has undergone to be able to lie this successfully, she deserves to be voted for.
Faye Emerson, your vote, please.
Well, I'm convinced I'm wrong, but I went for number 1 because she seemed to know very correctly the answers that I knew, at any rate, of the questions that I have.
Gig Young, your ballot, please.
I am voting for number 3 because I don't think it's number 1, and number 3 answered more questions, I believe.
Polly, which one do you think is the real one?
I voted for number 1. I must admit, I leaned toward number 3 for a while, but number 1 was very quiet. She said, I don't know, a couple of times, which the imposters very seldom ever do. They generally know about everything. Only the real person doesn't know.
In our own particular line of reasoning, we have cast our ballots, and we come now to our own special moment of truth when we determine which, in this case, of these 3 young ladies is the real judo instructor. So will the real Yvonne Parsonette please stand up?
Oh.
Congratulations to you. Thank you. Number 2, may we have your real name and what you really do, please?
Claudia Marin, I'm a housewife and mother.
And number 3, your real name and what you do?
My name is June Bear. I'm a restaurant manager for Johnny Ray.
Our score shows this time that our panel didn't do quite as well, but they did 50% correct. That means 2 right and 2 wrong. So for the 2 wrong, of course, they're $250 each, a total of $500 for you ladies from Helene Curtis, and a gift package of fine beauty products from Helene Curtis for each of you. Thank you for being with us. Happy black, brown, red belts, whatever you choose to wear. Good night. God bless you. Now here's cheering news about a brand new product for dull, dry hair.
Look what's new from Helene Curtis, the people who know best how to care for your hair. It's new. It's for dry hair. New Special Endon Shampoo, specially formulated for dry hair. Special Endon is enriched so that it helps bring back liveliness to hair that has been stripped of natural oils. And because it is an Endon shampoo, it's guaranteed to end your dandruff problems when used regularly. Special Endon, like all Endon, is medically proved 99% effective as a dandruff treatment, wonderfully refreshing as a shampoo, leaves dull hair gleaming with a healthy shine. Just imagine your hair being this soft and silky, this easy to manage after a shampoo. That's because Special Endon is specially formulated for dry hair. Get new Special Endon shampoo for dry hair from the makers of these other famous Endon shampoos.
Now I'd like to present, panel, our 3rd team of challengers.
What is your name, please?
My name is Roland T. Sykes.
My name is Roland T. Sykes.
My name is Roland T. Sykes.
Again, panel, having had a look at the gentlemen involved, let's read and follow along, if you will, their affidavits. I, Roland T. Sykes, now a Texan, am a former dance band leader from England. In England, my hobby was beekeeping, and despite the fact that I get stung several hundred times each year, I am still actively raising queen bees and producing honey. This year, I had the honor to be elected president of the Texas Beekeepers Association. As a matter of fact, I came to this program directly from the National Convention of the American Beekeepers Federation. Signed, Roland T. Sykes. Three gentlemen this time, admitting to be in a dangerous occupation and claiming the identity of Roland T. Sykes, beekeeper. And we'll start with Faye Emerson. Faye?
Oh, dear. Well, number 1, Mr. Sykes, would I be ruled if I called you an apiarist?
No, ma'am, you wouldn't be rude.
That does mean a beekeeper, doesn't it?
Yes.
Does that mean a beekeeper?
Yes.
Number 2, what does tacit mean in music?
Stop.
Number 3, is honey influenced by the kind of flowers, let us say, or food that the bees get?
To a certain extent.
Where do you come from in Texas, Mr. Sykes? I mean, where do you live in
From
Texas?
Laredo,
Laredo.
on the border.
I see. Number one, how many pounds of honey would you get from an average hive every year, or every time you collect it?
40, 50 pounds.
Do you have you ever heard of sage honey?
Yes.
Number two, do you grow clover around your farm or where you keep your bees?
No, I don't.
Number three, do you have clover around your farm?
Do I have I beg your pardon?
Clover.
Clover. No, not particularly. I suppose there's a little around there.
Gig young.
But it's not grown definitely.
Number one, do you place the wax, whatever they're called, that the bees fill with honey, do you place them empty in the hives for the bees to fill?
Yes.
Number two?
Yes, I place them in empty and the bees fill them.
Number three?
Same here.
I thought the bees made those.
How many?
I did. On one light, I thought the bees made those.
These are Texas. That's the only thing I know about bees.
These are lazy bees.
Ask them about music.
Ask them about music.
Polly?
All right, I'll ask them about
Right.
music. Number three, who was famous for rippling rhythm?
Rippling rhythm.
Yes.
Never heard of it.
Number one?
I don't know.
Number two, do you know?
Nobody in England was famous for rippling rhythm.
No? Oh, you never knew anyone in the United States?
We do things differently over there.
And connected with English. I mean, connected with the music.
Oh, yes, we know plenty of them.
Oh, I see. Number three, what is a bridge?
A bridge is a change in tempo, actually, where it changes the melody and the tempo.
Number two, what is a release?
Number two.
I don't think we have the term release. We
Number
have,
one,
we
what
have
is a
we
release?
have a bridge.
I don't know.
Number one, do you read music?
Yes.
Number two, do you read music?
A little.
You do? Number three,
No, I don't read music.
you don't read music.
I do everything by ear.
You do everything by ear.
Yes.
I see.
Tom Poston, please.
You be right, Charles.
This is the most blatant I've ever seen. The contestants. They're obviously enjoying lying so much.
Well, I wouldn't mind. All three of them are
I
enjoying
know.
it.
Well, let me see if I can pin some. Number one. Number one, watch yourself. Number one, what is a chorus? What constitutes the chorus of a song?
In what manner?
Well, we'll start with bars. How many bars is a regular, ordinary song made up? The average song.
32.
And how is that broken down in terms of the song? I mean, is it just 32 bars straight through from beginning to end, or are there 4 bars of one thing and 4 of another? Or how does it break down?
Splitting it up, you mean, into sections?
Yeah, well, I'll try that.
Well, he outcooked it, Tom. There's nothing else. Right down to the finished bell. And it's time, once again, to vote on the smallest possible amount of information. So, without consultation, will you mark your ballots, please, as best you can, and vote for number 1, number 2, or number 3? Honey, you all. Okay, everybody marked?
Yeah, you ready?
Tom, yes. For whom?
I voted for number 4. I'll go for that one.
One vote for the little man who wasn't there.
It's shocking the way they're enjoying this line.
Number 1 is your vote. All right, Faye.
And I voted for number 2, but I really do think they're disgraceful. They're all too bright. Number 2 because we
Too
knew some of the
bright?
answers.
They're all too bright?
They're all bright. Oh, they're all pretty good liars.
After all, you never know what can happen if you're stung 100 times a year. Give your vote.
I found number 1 and 2 impossible, so I voted for number 3.
And Polly, which one did you select?
I felt the same way about 2 and 3. Well, number 2 didn't know what tacit was. Number 3 didn't know what a bridge was. Number 1 had never heard of a release. And but I thought perhaps release might be an offbeat term for England. Number one at least had the most decorum of the three of them. So I sort of was stuck with him.
Stung with him is the expression
Yes.
here. All right, there we have it. Now, the bees are all in the hive making honey like mad, and let's open it up and taste it and see which one tastes like the truth as we discover which of these three gentlemen is the real beekeeper. Will the real Roland T. Sykes please stand up? Thank you, sir, very much. And I believe you said they do not have the term release in England, right?
I've never
You've never heard it.
No.
All right, number two.
It's just another term for the bridge, actually.
Or the Middle Age.
Number two, your real name and what you really do, please.
My real name is Bobby Blick. I am the general manager of the Luau 400 restaurant.
Thank you, sir. And number three, your real name and what you do, please.
My real name is Harold T. Riddle, and I'm an associate of Sam Schulman, and we are national sales distributors for Reliable Pillow Company.
Thank you, sir. Well, when we check on our score, we have kind of a mixed-up bit of voting here, but like the last round, we have 2 and 2 if you total them that way. There were 2 incorrect votes at $250 each for a total of $500, which should buy, even when divided, a large amount of honey. Thank you for being with us, and a gift package of fine beauty products from Helene Curtis for each of you, for your ladies. Thanks for your visit. Good night and good luck to you. Who did? Well, Polly announces that she got them all right, and she's
Well,
about
I have to
speak.
announce it because I haven't got any right for 4 weeks.
Well, you see, Polly? Polly, this is what happened if you just beehive. Now a word about Easy Off Oven Cleaner.
I say you can tell a good housekeeper by how clean she keeps the inside of her oven.
But it doesn't have to be hard work like this. It's easy with Easy Off Oven Cleaner, and it's even easier if you use Easy Off once a month to remove greasy film before it bakes on. At the kitchens of Good Housekeeping Institute, Easy Off is used by experts.
We used Easy Off Oven Cleaner on the grimiest oven we could find. We brushed Easy Off on oven walls, racks, broiler pans, let it set, then wiped. Grime, caked on grease came right off. Even this extremely dirty oven sparkled like new. We use Easy Off regularly to keep ahead of the job. We clean off small spills of greasy film before it bakes on. A clean oven prevents smoking and danger of fire.
Next time you shop, get Easy Off Oven Cleaner with the Good Housekeeping seal. Keep your oven cooking clean with Easy Off Oven Cleaner.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for tonight, except, Gig, it was nice having you with us. Come back again.
Thank you.
Good night, panel.
Good night, Bud.
Bud Collier saying good night from Helene Curtis and reminding you to tell the truth. Good night, everybody.
To Tell the Truth is a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.
The name in our mailbox is Porter,
To our friends, we're Pete and Gladys.
and we're at home next on most of these stations.
Drop in.
To Tell the Truth has been brought to you tonight by Helene Curtis, makers of End and Dandruff Treatment Shampoo and Helene Curtis Spray Net, regular and super soft. Johnny Olson saying goodnight from To Tell the Truth. The program was pre-recorded.